Welcome to my channel. So we're Sunday, 29th of September 2019. I'm in Victoria, BC. Again, on this channel, we talk about anything Forex, mostly, also stocks and crypto. So so I just want to show you what I'm going through essentially on a week-to-week basis, and then see what I use, and then if that can be any interest of you, specific strategy or ways to approach the market and stuff like that. I'm learning stuff constantly, so I'm sure you can be learning as well from all of that. And then, so let's hope on sharing a lot of stuff with you guys. If you're, again, watching the recording, thanks for watching. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, make sure you hit the subscribe to the channel, and then also hit the little bell to get a notification when I'm going live and stuff like that. All right, so what I want to focus on today is just right now I'm trying a new strategy. So I've got a couple of strategies now that I'm working, mostly swing trading. Again, mostly focusing on the weekly, daily time frame, maybe even 4 hours. Using also EMAs, so moving averages, 200 days, 36, also the 20. So I'm still going over that process of learning all that. So I'm really trying to get this trading to the next level for the coming weeks, and obviously for the future. So I've been working on that, improving that strategy really to be able again to make that the trading a successful path for me, right, in the next few years. So yeah, I just want to show you a few things on that. So let's share the screen for a bit here. All right, so yeah, so I can just share it that way for now. Once again, forexfactory.com, it's a website I'm using for again, getting some news and stuff like that. So as you see, I usually filter to the red folders. I think it's at the bottom here, up there. So you get the red folder, you get all the other folders that are not really necessary. But then again, it's something if you're trading on the weekly or daily time frame, it's not impacting as much unless you're, let's say, about to enter a trade with some kind of stop loss, and then the news about to hit like the same time you're actually trading. Otherwise, that should be mostly no impact. It's kind of all the data somewhat included in the chart. So that could be something to think about. Otherwise, that could be a great website to look at. Also, before I continue on, I would also encourage you, I'll put the link in the description. So as you see here, in the middle of the screen, so we've got my Telegram. So I've got a Telegram group. Essentially, I'm just inviting you guys. It's free. Just talking about. So I recommend videos that I also find interesting on YouTube. Here, for example, I had a trading plan example. Something that you could work around. That book was actually pretty good. I happened to read it when I didn't have access to internet. It was downloaded on the computer. Turned out to be really good. So if you want access to this, just join a community. Obviously, I'm going to advertise a bit of my work as well in that group. And yeah, so I love the. We've been having a bit of interaction, and mostly been focusing on Forex for now, but also like to interact with other people. I think that there's one member in the group on binary trading. I'm not too much into that, but again, it's always good to be sharing other trading opportunities and stuff like that with other people. So if you'd like access, it's going to be down below in the link. I think that'll be the first thing I'm putting in the description. So join my free Telegram group, and then we can discuss, introduce yourself, and then be more than happy to provide you with some stuff that I've accumulated over the last year. I've got some documents and stuff like that could be used for you. So yeah, just make sure you join. That'll be fine. All right, so let's have a look here. Maybe I'll put that bigger. So yeah, so the new trading strategy I've been going over now, mostly focus on the weekly and daily time frame. So one of them would be to identify key zones, especially if we look at the Australian dollar, Swiss franc. That's been going like pretty much down. Like if we look at the weekly time frame forever, so it's something that I've been looking at here, maybe to enter at some point. But anyway, so yeah, so you identify, potential zones. Again, you see it's really, it was high zone, usually something you draw from the bottom of the candle to the wick here, to the extent of it. Obviously, this one just, got triggered, like went captured some orders at that level, and then immediately went back up. So usually that's the big banks and stuff like that pushing the market down to go back up. So like here you saw that, clearly, like, and then it's not by mistake that you see the market currently being at that same level, right? So if we look, let's say, at the price action here last week, so it was really you know let's have a look here. So it's been like on the daily. So it's been really, we don't know where the market's going at this point now. So it's going to be cautious to see where it's going to actually go. So price action focuses on that. It could be price action maybe focusing on, let's see if I can draw ellipse here. Let's say this one here. And then, so let's say that candle there. So, oops. Trying to get rid of that one and then go back. There you go. So that candle could be considering, it might be an entry for you. So engulfing candle, kind of taking over the rest. And then, you might want to enter, pass this candle on the way up. So you could have accumulated a bit of a good entry on the buy on this one. It could have been good, almost 200 pip. And then by drawing your zone, you would have known probably in that area to kind of be looking maybe to get out potentially. So that's something you can keep in mind. I'm trying to get rid of that thing. There you go. So yeah, so that was for price action. Again, this here, you're probably wondering what that is. So that's the 20. Let's open it up here. So if you look at option, so that one is the 36-day moving average exponential, as you see here. Precision, no, not that. And then, yeah, so exponential moving average, that's what that is here. And then that purple one is the 200-day. So that's stuff that I'm using for that strategy. Also the 20 that can be also used for that one. And then, yeah, so we would use that, we would look at, let's say, time frame weekly for a specific pair, look at the daily time frame, and then potentially enter on the break, let's say on the 4 hours. So it's something around that I'm looking at. So obviously I'm not going to give all the details. If you'd like to know more, just get in touch with me. We can set you up for that. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't know. There's various ways to you can enter the market. So that's one thing I'm looking at, and then there's also another strategy that I'm looking at now. That uses mostly the daily time frame, and then trying to get pips out of the daily time frame. So that's another using Fibonacci. So that's something I'm learning right now. So I'm just trying to update you on what I've been doing, and then yeah, I'd like to focus on actually making up a trading plan, building something solid for the future. So that's really what I've been focusing on. And then not sure we're going to go through all the pairs here, but Australian dollars looks pretty much the same for these pair. Actually, so we've got on the daily here, Australian dollar, New Zealand. So hit a strong area up there, and then it seems now it's coming back up already today. So it'd be interesting to see where it goes at that point. I'd probably like to enter if it's like a clear indication that it's going to go down, or it might go past this zone, and then we might be looking for even more upside. Like I said, the Australian dollar has been quite steady down for, I don't know for how long now. Let's have a look here on the weekly. Maybe it's going to give us a better answer. So yeah, the high was in 2011. So you said that's pretty much the lowest low at this point. It could still go a bit lower, like you see in this zone here, but it's quite low at this point. So yeah, it might be something we're looking for the upside. So we'll look at that zone, see if we can get a break across that, and then the retest, and then potentially go for a nice buy with Australian pairs. It looks pretty much the same here for the AUD USD. It's been pretty low. Actually, it's even worse for this pair, I think. So it's really at the. Oh no, it's been lower. So there's no clear confirmation. So remember, if it's still a downtrend and there's no indication that it's uptrend at this point on the weekly, especially. So be careful, because this could technically go down there, right? So it's been 2008, but you never know, right? So one thing and the market is when you're going to enter and the risk management you're going to use, but where the market's actually going to go, well, it's going to do its own thing, right? So make sure you maintain control of your emotions and stuff, and then you trade properly. And you're not going to be right all the time, right? So make sure you have a proper strategy, risk management, and then it's going to happen that you lose, and it's perfectly fine, right? You'll get the next one, or it could be 3 losses in a row, right? So keep that in mind. All right, so that's it here for this pair. I was actually looking at Euro USD, one that's quite popular as well. Sits pretty low. If you look at the weekly, but it's been lower than that, right? So there's no indication why, it could potentially go back in that 105 area. So, right, so keep an eye, watch out for that. Especially, it's been quite lower than the 200 EMA right now. So I wouldn't have a clear. So just wait and see the price reaction. You see here that zone, right? So see if it's going to actually break down or stay up, and then go for the upside, right? So just wait for that. Is there anything? Oh yeah, GBP, JPY. Yeah, that's when I was stuck in for a buy, but then it kept dropping and dropping. So again, that's why you need proper risk management. So now it looks like it broke kind of that weekly trend here. But if we look at the daily, let's click here. So it broke that. It might be kind of a retest. So let's look at this this area. Is it a strong zone? It might be some kind of a zone here, but nothing really powerful. So just be careful with that one. Just wait for clear indication. And it might just be that 1, 2, 3 coming up. So it might have a potential buy here, bounce off the 36. So that's something that could be interesting here. If you look, let's say on the 4-hour. I believe I'm not too switched on in that latest strategy on the 3 combo strategy, but it looks like it might start looking into a good setup for that one. So what about here? And then I just want to touch quickly on Bitcoin again, since we talked about it last. Now we're sitting at 8,000, so it seems to be again kind of practice to get look at zones. So like you see here, it's quite a powerful zone here at this level. So it's not necessarily that powerful because it stays here at for a while, but just have a look if it's gonna actually, it might just be a consolidation and it continue to the downside in that 7,000 area ish. So that's a potential play here for the next week or so. So keep having an eye on that. So let's change my screen here. All right, so so if you like this video, so I'm using mostly price action now with EMAs and specific zone. So that's what I'm going to focus on for the next little bit. So if you'd like to know a bit more, just make sure you join my Telegram group, and then we can get you going with that. I can show you a bit of the stuff here. It's all about sharing some information. So so if you liked it, make sure you hit the like button and then subscribe to my channel, and then we'll see you potentially midweek for a midweek analysis, see where all that market plays out, and then looking to hear some of the comments, feedback from you. If you'd like to see something I go over, I know I've been mostly focusing on Forex right now, but if you'd like to see other things that we talk about, then just get in touch with me. It'll be a pleasure. I'm just waiting for you guys to get in touch, and then so we can share some information. So that's pretty much it. Again, have a good week, and if you learn other things this week regarding Forex, just make sure you share it with me, and then it's all about having fun. So thank you very much. Have a good day. See you on the next video. Bye.